friends, thanks for tuning in again. If this is your first time here, my name is Tracy Martins and this is YQG in Bloom. Now make sure to like, follow, and subscribe so you will be in the know of any of my upcoming podcasts. Now I'm really excited today because pierogies are my jam. I would eat them probably for every meal, and I'm really excited because one of my favorite ones are Littlefoot Food Perogies in Windsor, and that is Rob Meyer. He is one of the owners. Hi, Rob.
Hi, guys. Hi, Tracy.
Oh, I'm so excited you're here. Now, how long have you guys been in business?
We started in September 2013, so it's 11 years this month, actually.
Wow.
When you continually make pierogi nonstop, it just feels like kind of day after day. But looking back, yeah, it's amazing we've been making the little pockets of joy this long.
And they are pockets of joy. That is guaranteed. I still have the strawberry pierogies from Strawberry Licious.
Good.
In my freezer, and I have to get them out this weekend.
I mean, that's my favorite part about our food is that it is freezer food. It's designed to be there for when you're ready for it. You don't have to eat it right away. And like the strawberry are
Here's a special edition?
Yeah, the strawberry pie are a special edition one that we did with Raymont berries. We got their fresh strawberries and made basically a pie filling, thickened it a bit with granola, and then wrapped it up in our thin pierogi dough. So this way, when you want a slice of pie, you don't have to get the whole thing. You know, you've got a couple pierogies sitting in the freezer.
Yeah, I tend to overeat when it comes to his pierogies. I have 10. Every time I eat, I have 10, and then...
You're not alone. Most people say it's hard not to finish the bag.
You really can't. And I mix it up. I like to have a variety, and you just never know because I throw it all in the pan. It's kind of like your little variety packs.
Little roulette packs, yeah. You make your own, and you make them with the flavors that you love.
Oh, for sure. Now, you guys started this in 2013. What made you guys do pierogies? What was it about pierogies?
Rachel had a family recipe. She was taught from her grandmother, who was actually taught from her babcia, the original recipe maker. Ever since she was basically old enough to stand up at the counter and help pinch the pierogi closed, she's been making them. And we were looking at starting some sort of food business because she realized she did not want to work in an office.
Nobody does.
Right. It's boring. And she liked working with her hands. She loves cooking. So that all made sense. Got my business mind turning. And I asked what sorts of things she would make if we did start a food business. And listed off a couple things and then eventually said, well, my family has a pierogi recipe. So there was a hard stop. I think it was the next day she made a batch of pierogi for us for dinner. And they were the best that I've ever had in my life. I was raised on grocery store pierogi.
That's all flour.
Yeah, a whole lot of dough, a little bit of insides. A good way to get sour cream into your body.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, having that filling and like knowing it's traditional and came like straight from Poland, this recipe.
Yeah.
I said, okay, we've got something here. And she made a batch, gave it to family and friends. The family said, wow, these are like batches. And the friends wanted to buy more. So we made more pierogi, which then begot making more pierogi and more pierogi and more pierogi. And 11 years later, we are making more and more and more pierogi.
Well, hey, make what you know. I don't really know too many people that don't like pierogies.
It's funny because in this area, pierogi are really well known. I think it's because we're a melting pot of cultures.
Oh, yes.
We have everybody here, and everybody's kind of one-upping their own game, which in turn makes everyone else have to one-up their game.
In every community that I know, there is a Polish church that sells pierogies and cabbage rolls on Fridays. And so, yeah, I've grown up with them, and they were amazing. I'd prefer the handmade to the store-bought ones any day. Now, you guys have a ton of flavors. How many do you have?
At any given time in the store, we have somewhere between 40 and 50 different flavors. Over the last 11 years, we've created upwards of 150. There was a time where we were working with the Willestead. My cousin was the head chef there, or one of the head chefs there. And she had us make a pea soup pierogi for them one time, and it worked out. It went really well, and they loved it. And I mean, this is like year one or year two of what we were doing. So being in a restaurant and making a pierogi like that was a little intimidating because the Willestead had such a great reputation. But yeah, it went over really well. And from there on, I think we did about 10 or 11 different pierogi with them over the course of like that year. When she just had a different idea for something, wanted to try something, she would get us a version of the filling. We would pierogiize it.
I never ever would have thought of pea soup pierogi,
I mean,
but
you can
I
do
have
anything.
a feeling it would probably be good. You know, anything with potato.
Potato makes a good base.
Yes.
It on its own is very bland and can absorb a lot of flavor. So as long as you add enough ingredient into it, you're fine. Like our hot chocolate pierogi.
You have a hot chocolate pierogi?
Yep.
Okay, so hold the process. When does that come out?
Oh, it's been out. We've had it for years. This is the problem with having so many flavors. People
And
like cheddar and like certain other ones that they find, and then you're good and you're happy. And
Well, and that's the problem is you guys, whenever I see you at the different markets or the vendor shows and that, I look at the list and I got to sit there for 10 minutes because I have the worst time trying to figure out what I want.
it can definitely be overwhelming. You are not the first to say that or stand there for a solid 5 to 10 minutes. Just I have people standing there taking pictures and sending it to their family so they can pick, or calling their friend, and cheddar, bacon cheddar onion, spinach feta ricotta, jalapeno cheddar. And
Now, you have the hot chocolate pierogies in stock all the time?
generally, yes. If we run out of something that we regularly carry, we put it into our next available production slot. So that's either the next week or the week after.
Okay, so I might have to come to the shop tomorrow. Yes, they do have a store inside their factory, which is awesome. And I just found out it's not far from here.
Yeah, hop, skip, and a jump from here.
I love it. Now, you said you collabed once with Willisted. I know you collaborate with a bunch of different businesses. How many?
Oh,
do you have an idea? General.
On Pierogi, I want to say we've probably worked with 20 to 30 locals. Like Sawyer's Craft Barbecue, we did 2 with them. We did one with Professor Zod, Dean out at Armando's. We've done many with the Cheese Bar, many with Robbie's Gourmet Sausage, many with Auntie Aldu.
Yeah.
And like this whole summer, we've teamed up with one downtown farmers market business each month to produce a pierogi based on one of the things that they sell. So we did the Zinza sauce as a pierogi. We collaborated with Montreal and did a spaghetti and meatball pierogi with them. We brought back Auntie Aldu's chicken pot pie. And I've got one coming up with Rizoy this month. We're going to do the chicken keema.
Now, I know I still have in the freezer the Bubby, and I have the farmer's cheese.
The farmer's cheese?
I have to defrost Robbie's, the blueberry sausage that I got, because he has Robbie working with him.
Yeah, we were fortunate enough to hire Robbie from Robbie's Gourmet Sausage Factory as our head chef. And then in his spare time, he produces more sausages. So we have part of a freezer just devoted to his stuff, and he usually has about 5 to 10 different flavors at any given time.
And that's the thing is, Windsor, Essex County, they all love Robbie's sausage. So make sure that you can get down to his place and get some sausage. And I'm really excited. I'm actually going to have them this weekend. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting.
It's nice that it seems like fall's here, aside from a little earlier this month.
Do you do pumpkin?
We do a pumpkin pie pierogi, and actually we just talked with Colasantes. They're going to be doing an event at the beginning of, or mid-October, that involves pumpkin spice. So we'll be doing a special pierogi for that event as well.
Okay, I also have an obsession with pumpkins, so let me know when that happens.
So historically, we've done a mix of sweet potato and pure pumpkin, and then spiced it accordingly, and it tastes exactly like pumpkin pie. We veganized it eventually because we didn't have any vegan dessert pierogi. So instead of the butter, we use butter-flavored olive oil from Dressed by an Olive. So it's just a little thicker, a little richer, but still vegan-friendly, so that's good.
And all of the dough is vegan.
Yes. Yeah, no eggs. We have a bunch of, usually about 15 different types of vegan pierogi available, but we use the same dough for all of them, aside from the gluten-free ones that we forgot the flour to do for us.
Yeah, I haven't tried the gluten-free yet. Do you find that there's any difference with the dough?
There is. It's a little thicker, it's a little tougher, but you can't work with certain ingredients, and flour is the main component of almost all doughs. So,
well, I mean, a little thicker is not that bad. I mean, I would rather have it a little thicker than it fall apart and you lose all your dough.
yes.
Or lose all your insides, I should say.
You lose all your dough and all your insides.
That too, yes.
But people seem to like them. They keep coming back and buying more. They've thanked us for producing them because nobody makes vegan gluten-free pierogi.
Oh, for sure.
Or just gluten-free pierogi, I guess.
Well, I mean, most people don't make vegan pierogies either because it calls for egg or milk. I've seen butter. I've seen so many different recipes for pierogies. So it's awesome that you're able to do a vegan one so that everybody can enjoy it.
We do our best to not impact our customers' wallets. We know that we're on the higher end of pierogi that you buy because the other options are $2.99 for like a bag this giant, but we all know that it's dough and potato flakes and powdered cheese. So, you get what you pay for. And unfortunately, in this economy, everything's more expensive, including all of our costs. So,
but you guys also try to use or utilize as much of the local ingredients as what you can.
yes.
So, I mean, I don't mind paying a little bit more for knowing what is in the product and that it's local, so you don't have all the extra additives.
On the other side of the coin, the money spent on buying from local businesses keeps the money in the community.
Exactly.
So we do our best where we can to, buy from our reputable friends, buy from people that we know and trust, and do what we can to make Windsor a better place.
Oh gosh, yeah. Now, I see you guys at a lot of different markets and fairs and all of those things. You're also in a ton of stores.
Yeah, we have about 50 or so local retailers, all shapes and sizes, so to speak. Like our largest retailer would be the Real Canadian Superstore now. We're in their 4 locations, the Walker Road, Dougal, Leamington, and Chatham in the area. Once we figure out a better way to ship frozen product in bulk, then hopefully we can get into the other ones. We've been in talks and we're more or less approved. It's just figuring out the logistics because we're such a small business. We won't have the volume to fill up the trucks to then make it worth shipping. So
yeah, I can see
step
that.
by step.
It seems like a lot saying you've been around for 11 years, but realistically, in a food business, 11 years is still new, especially how fast you've grown and the amount of products and the variety and the stores that you've been in. That's a huge accomplishment for you guys. And it's still just a small business.
Yeah, most definitely. There's so much involved in a business that even after going to business school, you don't think about until you're living the day-to-day.
Oh, yeah.
Everything in school is very isolated. Okay, here's your accounting, here's your finance, here's your marketing, here's your production, which you don't even really deal with in business because that's outsourced to somebody else.
And you're keeping it insourced.
Yeah, and when you're wearing all those hats at the same time, there's a lot going on. So having that reliable team, being there who knows what they need to do and can execute without having to, be managed is wonderful. And it feels like a little family. We go to work with people that we really care about, and we do everything in our power to help them live their lives while we are still just small.
Yeah, no, that's good. Now, whereabouts is your store located?
So we're tucked in the manufacturing area of Oldcastle. The best landmarks would be Highway 3 in Walker or Costco. So if you're coming from Highway 3, you just go north on Walker, take your first left onto Blackacre between the 2 big churches, and then you pass you pass Amico, and make your first left onto Faison, and then just follow that street down and around.
So it's on Faison.
Yes,
Make sure you
2010 Faison Drive.
Google map it. Trust me.
Yeah.
It's a little zigzag, but it is well worth it because you sell your own products as well as Robbie's sausage and
We have
a whole bunch.
Well, it's a lot of the people that we met at the downtown farmers market. We've networked and worked with them over the years. So we sell pies from Auntie Aldu. We have butter tarts from Christine's out in Leamington. We have hand pies from Zuli. We have maple syrup from Ruscon Maple Syrup. We have honey from Hawksview. We have
Cedar Valley.
Cedar Valley. They were one of our first people we brought in when we moved to our new location and had a shop that we could sell from.
Oh, yeah. They're amazing. And they were right across the street from you guys at the time.
Well, again, throwback to the downtown farmers market. The first time they popped up, their business was there. And I was making pierogi, and I needed lunch, so I walked down, I saw them, I grabbed a fattoush salad, went back to my tent, ate it, went back to their tent and said, this is like the best salad dressing, best fattoush I've had, and these pita chips are awesome. Like, can we sell them in our store? And they said yes. So we were, weirdly enough, the first people in Canada to be retailing for Cedar Valley. That's and awesome. In, I think it's only been 4 or 5 years, they have leapfrogged and they are across Canada now. Like,
and the States.
It's been amazing to watch them grow. Yeah. Like, I can't even keep up with Amin and Soraya.
I know. I can't believe how much they've grown. They're wonderful people, and they're great in the community as well.
Well, they're the reason we have our shop where it is.
Yeah.
We have the same landlord, and when he heard there was going to be an opening, he let us know that there was a shop.
He's a good boy.
Yeah, he really is.
So what does your fall look like for Littlefoot?
Lots of production. We've put some new items on the menu, brought some old items back. We used to make lasagnas when we first started. And we didn't do that for quite some time because we just didn't have the capabilities at our old location. And now that we're out in Oldcastle at 2010 Faison Drive, we have the ability to do that kind of stuff now. So we do a cheese lasagna and a meat lasagna, a cottage pie, a shepherd's pie. We have the cabbage rolls and the stuffed peppers as always. Then we've started a new line of boil-in-bag meals.
Yeah, I like the boil-in-bag, the cabbage rolls. They were really, really good.
Good. I'm so glad.
No, they really were. My husband, he's not a huge cabbage roll person, but he's like, I'll eat them. And he loves them. So we will definitely be getting them again.
Well, that's our whole shtick is we want to make your life easier. We want to make your nights faster and better so you can do the things that either you have to do, like making podcasts, or enjoy the time that you have not making podcasts.
Yep. And as much as I love cooking, or I used to love cooking, now it's just like, I'd rather just pull out some pierogies or some cabbage rolls. Now that you've said lasagna, you piqued my curiosity. I'm for sure going down there tomorrow. I definitely need some hot chocolate pierogies to go with the strawberry.
So for the hot chocolate, when you heat them up, they'll cook the same as the other pierogi. They just might go a little quicker, and the sugar could potentially burn if you're not paying attention. Not that you have to watch them like a hawk. Yeah. But fry up 3 or 4 of them, put them in a little dish with a scoop of vanilla ice cream on top and a little chocolate syrup, and you have a hot ice cream pierogi sundae.
Oh my goodness. Okay, you have me sold. This is great. And when are you guys going to be in at Calsante's?
So I believe that's going to be the 12th. They haven't officially announced it yet. So keep an eye on their social media and follow us at Littlefoot Foods. And we'll post when we have the flyer for it. But I believe it's going to be 10 to 2 on the 12th of October.
Okay, perfect. And that's when you're re-releasing the pumpkin pie pierogies?
Yeah, we'll have the pumpkin pie there, and we'll have the pumpkin spice available to eat, as well as our classic cheddar.
And the classic cheddar is wonderful. One last thing I did want to ask you,
yes,
because I really love your broccoli mac and cheese pierogi. Is there any potato in that?
Yes.
I wasn't sure. Some of them, it's like, because I mix everything. I just will open up a million different bags and I throw it in as a roulette. I don't know why I just don't buy your roulette ones. And I couldn't tell.
When you do it your way, you ensure that all the pierogi you want to eat are in there. And you'll know, you're not getting any really weird outliers, so to speak. But yeah, the Brock mac and cheese is still the potato base.
Okay.
Unlike our ones that are cheddar based, like the classic cheddar, bacon cheddar, onion, jalapeno cheddar, the Brock mac and cheese, we actually make our mac and cheese sauce that's in our mac and cheese dish. Okay. We cook the noodles, the sauce goes in with the potatoes and the noodles, that all kind of mixes together. So the mac and cheese sauce ends up just being a little thicker, mixed in with the potato, and then bam, the broccoli.
It's really good. I really like that.
All of our pierogi are potato based, except for the enchilada. That is corn tortilla chips that are deep fried and then mixed in with the enchilada sauce. That gives it the sticky texture to be able to bind everything else together.
I haven't tried that one yet.
It's my favorite.
I definitely will. I've tried, and I do like the jalapeno cheddar because they're really not spicy, and I'm not a spicy person, but I love the flavor of jalapeno.
Yeah, the jalapeno is definitely on our more mild end of the spicy ones. Carolina Reaper would be on the other end, so you want to stay away from that.
And I do like your stuffing one. The stuffing one is so good. I haven't had it in a while.
We're going to have that as our spotlight pierogi. I think it's the last week of the month.
In September?
Yes, just in time for Thanksgiving. So if you're the type of person that will sit there and go to the fridge and grab the bowl of stuffing after everybody goes home and eat it,
That's me.
then yeah, you fry up a couple of these. You have a side of stuffing for any meal without having to actually do all the work of it.
Yeah, we're a household that will buy a 20-pound turkey for 3 people and 5 pounds of stuffing, and nothing goes to waste. Rob, thank you so much for being here. I am so glad that I finally was able to get you on the podcast, that you had a day off to visit.
Yeah, we've touched base many times over the years, so I'm glad that we could finally work it out.
And I will definitely be in tomorrow to stock up on everything for my freezer. It's running a little low on pierogies. And again, my name is Tracy Martins. Make sure that you follow Littlefoot Foods on social media, and your website is littlefootfoods.com?
www.littlefootfoods.ca.
Sorry about that. Make sure you follow me and this podcast so that you can catch when all of my new podcasts come out. Have a great day.